give me some history and an explanation for this campaign here. You feel me? You got to give me some explanation because you're doing a whole lot right now.
All right.
And
So,
yeah, you're doing a whole lot. And my platform, as I stated, I'm civilized.
part of self,
I'm
part of self.
God body, but I could build with the best of them. And the East Coast got a gang problem, a serious gang problem. I don't know whether you would even take that serious, being as though you from the West Coast, but
Yeah.
primarily I'm a Northeast based platform, and a lot of people gonna see this. And I want them to know that I'm not promoting gang culture. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we got to give some reason to this right here. I respect your culture, but you got to give us some reason to this right here. So first off, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell me where you from, and we'll go from there.
Well, it's Crip Jesus, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming to you live from Leimert Park, or as we call in the nation. My brother being civilized, love Allah.
All
The
right.
ninth, I'm the born cipher of the nation, you feel what I'm saying? And straight up, I know, let's just get straight to it. Like you said, you know, it's a big thing with the Crip and with me being God body and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna get to it. Basically, when you're dealing with the 5% nation, the guys on earth, you're dealing with, you know what I mean, the elements that come from the bottom. You're not dealing with, you know, this wasn't made for the doctors and the nurses and the practitioners and the lawyers and the lobbyists and none of that. You know what I mean? My man's right here, he's born named Almighty Allah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From the root of his birth, you know what I mean? Whether
Absolutely.
you go top, bottom, whatever. This is our birthright. But with that being said, though, the truth is I got mine in prison, in the belly. You dig what I'm saying? I was doing 14 years in prison. Let me put this in perspective. So I was born and raised in South Central. So it's not like it's a promotion of a gang culture. When I was growing up, this is all I knew. My uncles and them, you know what I mean? Before it was Crip, you know, my uncles and them was syndicates. You know what I mean? So this is the world. You know what I mean? This, for me, this is like saying, when y'all saying, when the guys from Medina, you know what I mean, he hop on the trap saying, we're Brooklyn at, we're Brooklyn, you know what I mean? He got the sweater on that say BK and this, that. That's just where we from. That's just how, you know what I mean? Not to justify it. I'm just giving you the science of the root of it.
Right.
Now, with that being said, when I got knowledge of self, I was in prison. You feel what I'm saying? And I wasn't in, it wasn't structured, you get what I'm saying? Well, let me say it. It was not structured like most places. There wasn't no guys there really. You feel me?
All right.
So the guys you come across, you get them, you build, but it's no, no disrespect, but it's not like on the East Coast where you just become a guy and hide. You know what I mean? I meet all, I ain't trying to get out of character, but I meet all type of shit on the East Coast. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And on the West, where it being all predominantly just gangs, you come as motherfuckers saying you God, niggas want to beat your ass for that. You feel me? Especially if you from the hood, like nigga, all right, you can go be Christian on Sunday at 9 o'clock. You can go and be Muslim at Friday at the Juma at noon. But don't come over here with that shit. You want to, now you talking about the black man, what I am? So you can talk about Muslim, because we don't know we lost. So you can talk about the Arab nigga, you can talk about the woo. Don't tell me what I am. You know, because in jail, that's another pissing contest. It ain't all about your muscles. A lot of dudes fight and compete over what they say in a book and shit. So when I got knowledge of self in prison, I didn't say, hey, I'm not a Crip anymore. I'm hiding. You know what I mean? If you fight my homie, or if you try to take advantage of my homie, I'm gonna defend him. The same way out here in Now Wild, as we call it in New York, you know what I mean? You got dudes who are 5%ers and they may defend their homies from their projects or help them. You know what I mean? It's the same. So with that, it became a road I had to navigate. You understand me? Now I know as a God body, you know, I'm arm, leg, arm, head. And I don't take that lightly. I don't take that as in, oh, well, I'm a Crip, so I'm making Crip Jesus, so I'm making nation some Crip shit. No, that ain't what it was. What it was, that's what it was for me. You know, everyone around me was lost. And they liked the way I break down the science. I got them saying knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, power, refinement. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I got them building. I'm building the nation there. You feel me? I have Bloods and Crips turning God. feel me? A building, teaching they sons, teaching they seeds and soils and earths and moons and stars, the knowledge and wisdom and understanding through the phone, through letters, going to school, and forget just trying to turn a bunch of people out, because this ain't no game. You saying you supreme mathematics? You know how I roll? I'm gonna make you do math. Okay, well, you doing some calculus, some algebra, some geometry. They going to their GED classes and passing out. Dudes have been failing for years. They teaching the class now, teaching the other students. So, you know, at that point, I was still cripping. You feel what I'm saying? In the sense of, if there's any issue, I'm still involved. As far as the finances, the defense, the structure. But I'm righteous now. And the question to the world is, well, how can you be a righteous Crip? So are you promoting gang culture? No, I'm me. So it would be like, if I was from New Orleans, if I was from Little Haiti in Miami, and I was a Zoe, and I'm God now, you know what I mean? And I still got my wicks, and I still got my, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like, because of the history, his story that goes with Love Allah, LA, that ain't possible. So I came to set the record straight, and that's why I'm so glad that it's you of all people that's getting this first real in-depth interview, the record straight of what's going on, what the story is, who's that. Because me, I'm from Leimert Park. That's an area in South Central, you know what I'm saying? But I'm from Leimert Park. And of course we can go with the, Leimert Park and the 40 Crips and this, that, and the other. But like I said, the Crip Jesus documentary, that's where, when knowledge itself came to LA, this is a history that doesn't get promoted like that. Knowledge itself came to LA. Let's build on that for a second. And I'll represent that. That's what really Crip Jesus represents. You know, I ain't gonna put the name out there, but you know what I'm talking about. There's guys that came from the root of where hell is at. And I'm glad, let's cycle back around. I don't know how you're gonna edit this, but check this out. When Father Allah, formerly Clarence 13X, came out the temple with the knowledge, his job wasn't to go to build another temple. His job was to go down into hell and get the demons and give them knowledge of self so they can have the choice to rise up. Some of them still gonna get high and all you so on and so forth, but it's giving the original man back his birthright. He may take it and say, oh, I'm Moorish, I'm Hebrew Israelite, I'm this, I'm that. You know, like I know, God, all the nationalities belong to the original Asiatic black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we just give back the original man. You know the science, do the math. You know what I mean? The father returned 1969. Right? Now you got the 70s and 80s. What up, king? What up, queen? You a shining star? You would come on, homie. Because the nation had spread that type of lingo and talk all through the North America. But here's the thing, a lot of people are unaware that it ever made its way to California. They think we dumb out here and all we do is Crip, walk, and dance and shake our booty. So when you do get a backpack rapper or two out of Cali, it gotta be, no disrespect, but it gotta be a Kendrick Lamar ass nigga or Bay Area. I'm showing that just like Nip showed, you know what I'm saying? But the difference is when Nip returned, you see him passing out the message to the black man. You see Farrakhan pull up. They don't know why. I'm gonna show them why. Because right there in that Crenshaw district is an area called Leimert Park where knowledge itself, from the root, we're not talking about, somebody from Texas brought it to LA. Knowledge itself from New York, the one that we all look up to, all the real guys tapped in that did the whole 120, 120 mathematics, alphabet, Jews, tenets, all that forward and backward was brought to LA. California, Leimert Park. That's the 40s of the streets. Not because I'm gangbanging, that's actually the 40 area, 41st, 42nd, 43rd. Just like in the Bible, 40 days, 40 nights with Moses. 40 days, 40 nights when Jesus goes into, you know what I'm saying, the wilderness. 40 days, 40 nights represents transformation, the 40s. So it's not a coincidence that mathematically, the supreme mathematics of the original man, when it came to LA, it came to the 40 section. You know what I mean? And it was already written that one day, somebody of this root, because that's why Father Allah came. Father Allah taught people that went on to teach, people that are right now spreading knowledge through the Bloods, the Crips, the crackheads, the prostitutes. The thing is, the truth is, what I represent is what they don't want. They don't want to see nobody like me with knowledge of self, the real knowledge of self. They don't want to see me awakening people, the ones that they don't want to awaken, because I represent a regime that goes all the way back to Muammar Gaddafi. And a lot of these brothers don't understand that's what they connected to, whether you 5 and 6 and blood and cripping. You know what I mean? I'll drop that blue Bible, but we're going to drop it right here, though, too, the knowledge and wisdom they need to understand. We're going to go deeper and deeper as the years pass with this Crip Jesus thing. We just getting started. This is a Moorish 5% NOI, whatever you want to call it. This is the original man resurrecting mission. You looking at a man that been through all them chambers. You feel what I'm saying? I went to Moorish Science Temple when I got out. That's why they put me with the guy. I'm not going to say his name, but the guy. Because I was the only one that, they was like, oh, we ran into one of them. You know what I mean? They called him part of self and put me with him. Right? And we got the building. And what we seen was an attempt that we were making, that everyone was making. You know what I mean? To almost sugarcoat it. You know, we want to get the knowledge out, but we still want to mix it with the devilish men, this, that, and the other. Or, you know, just all this, whatever. We were just creating, you know what I mean? And I had a channel called the Black Illuminati where I was doing documentaries. And on the side I was rapping. I had all these different names, like you asked about S1. S1, a lot of rappers, so on and so forth. But none of those names really hold much weight because I was fresh out of prison. Right? Now, that's the most important part of this interview because I got locked up as a teenager. You did, God? So even my understanding with the banging and all that was limited. I was a teenager. I was raised in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Where you do all that time at?
California. I've been to Tehachapi. I've been to Ironwood, back when the homies was in there, deep Ironwood. Shout out to homie Big Ice. The legends up in there I was with. I was with Skill Crab and Sentinella. I was with Lil Boo Rock in Salinas Valley. I've been to High Desert. I've been to all the worst, the gladiator schools. But when I was at the worst, up top, when they wasn't getting no visits and it was all the way back, that's when I got all the way into the lesson so sick that all I did was work out and drop degrees. You know what I mean? What's today's mathematics? I'm on them. And what ended up happening was I ended up having students, and we had a little squad in there of Bloods and Crips that was all God body. And you know, and I didn't have to pay for nothing. I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to call, ask for nothing. You know, these brothers made sure that the guy was straight. You know, now that's when I learned the real power. You know what I mean? Money, power, respect. Nah. Knowledge, power, respect. Straight up. I did it without no bread. You feel what I'm saying?
So like, despite, you know, it's well understood that they got like some, I don't know, racial boundaries in prison and shit like that. And then there's also, within that, there's gang boundaries also, right?
That's what the gangs are based on in Cali.
Okay.
They're actually based on the racial.
How are y'all able to circumvent all of that and build with guys from other backgrounds? You said it was Bloods and Crips in the cipher. How was y'all able?
All right. I'm so glad you brought that up. So when you get to Cali, the whole concept of black kind of gets broken down even more. And what I mean by even more is when I come to the East Coast, I see more respect for nationalities. You know, Puerto Rican, Dominican, who want. You might even have a Puerto Rican and Dominicans group up in we the Puerto Ricans over here, who want. Ain't none of that in Cali. See, Cali is strictly mob shit. So it ain't even though it's racial, emphasis on the old. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Like you gonna pick a side. So it don't matter if you're Dominican, El Salvadorian, or whatever. Is you with the mafia, the President, the 13, the Mexicans, or is you over here with us? Now we bust it down like this: Blood, Crip, non-affiliate. I don't care what they tell you, what the niggas trying to explain. The only other thing that's respected as the mob is that big old K. Niggas know what I'm talking about. That's coming from the up north. That come from the big homies, you know, the BGF and all that back in the day. That they already dissolved that, so I ain't snitching by saying that. They already dissolved the BGF, so you got the the little homies under that. Bam. Now, these are codes. And when Crip Jesus talk, I'm only talking factual, because me being, when I first was learning about the nation, I thought it was just niggas saying God and King, just like Christianity and Islam, you know, there was a book or something you memorize. I didn't know you had to memorize these. So once I was 120, you know what I mean? And I met Masons and so on and so forth, and went to the more science temple and did one-on-one. I respect codes. So what I'm saying is, these things I'm naming all have codes to them, right? So what I'm saying is, in Cali, it's not like on the East where it's a lot of different. In Cali, after all the wars and everything, it's basically like this when you go to THRU, bro. It's racial, but it's only split down the middle. So on this side, you got, we call them Mexicans, but really it's just everybody who speaks Spanish that's siding with them. they're on the side with the whites because they pushing a white supremacist type agenda because it's a non-black agenda. On the other side, it's everybody. It's like the original Asiatic man has always been. It's everybody on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So within Crip and Blood is the black. And once you know about black people, like once black people kind of wake up to themselves, you realize Crip and Blood is kind of like you go to my hood, there's Belizeans, you know what I'm saying? There's homies that's Panamanian, Guatemalan, and all that. But if you look at them on a TV screen, you're gonna see black. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We don't realize these. So there's a lot of homies who. What I'm trying to say to you is there's a lot of homies who may have fit into these different boxes and groups in other environments, but once they hit Cali, they're black.
Okay.
Or once they or they choose the other side. You get what I'm saying? It's either or.
Okay.
Or they got some shit in there called other. And the others are basically, or I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So this is what happens, cuz. So the others used to ride on the side of the blacks. What it was like if you were Asian or, you know, Middle Eastern or whatever, you know, we take you. You're not gonna go over there with the white supremacists or the Mexicans that's saying fuck the blacks and all that, because the Mexicans are tripping. They talking about you shouldn't even get visits about black women and all that stuff. So after a while, the others became kind of like in their own little group, like, because we've had wars with them. I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna just put it all on them. You know, the blacks ain't always respected them. So they kind of got their own identity because a lot of them got a lot of strong Asian presence. They get a lot of money, a lot of protection through their Asian presence within the other collective. And what has happened now is I've been on prison yards. Remember, I just got out, so I can give you the raw uncut what's going on right now. I've been on prison yards where the northern Mexicans that infamously beef with the southern Mexicans. I've been a lot of prison yards where they're getting along now, and the motherfucking other Asians and shit are kicking it with them. And you got blood and Crip Asians from shit like TRG and ADC and all that coming in there saying we're Asian now. They're dropping their blue rag and their red rag. Well, let me hold on. I don't want to say they dropping it because I ain't gonna, you know, but I mean shit. No, they dropped it, motherfucker, because we in this motherfucker and they start stabbing us, you stabbing us with them. Yeah, shit. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on with them. You know, and it's crazy because, you know, I fuck with C-Mac. You know what I mean? He got a thing going on with Charleston White right now. And I'm not fucking with Charleston White, but I do feel Charleston White. It's not, I fuck with my Asian homies. I'm Asiatic, but I just understand what he's saying, like giving a license to some other motherfuckers to call us nigga and kill us, because I've been on prison yards. I did 14 years in prison, man. I seen them motherfuckers like get activated, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I can't erase it out of my mind. I seen them motherfuckers.
So you basically, you done seen them try to bust a nigga head and shit.
But I ain't knocking. Listen to peep game, because this is the guy, you know, so it's all about equality, right?
Right.
So I'm not judging or trying to reveal anything about Asiatic defending himself against another Asiatic just because he's an understanding yellow seed. You know what I mean? I'm saying this. Peep what I'm saying. There are Asian men who have to join the blue rag or the black or the red rag. You feel what I'm saying? As part of our nations. That's why I say I come to reveal where our nations really come from, because we think it's just gangbang. I'm gonna get to that. What have chosen to join our nations and represent, and we not racist. So we take on the black, brown, red, and yellow seed, even in the gangs in LA. So these dudes are taking the flag and using it to do their thing on the street, and then coming to prison and saying we with the dragon. We not under the
shit.
Damn. They go and they saying that they're with the dragon once they get to the cell, and then if it goes, this is what I'm saying. I wouldn't have no problem with it. It's all equality, it's all peace. Those are your people. The problem is you're saying that once it goes down, you're gonna ride with them against us. But on the street, you're picking up our flag to empower you.
Yeah.
That
sound like an infiltration.
But it's not. Me being from the root, I can tell you, no. Crip and Blood is just how, you get what I'm trying to say, bro? We not racist. So all around the world, you can find the original man. That's why it's so hard to understand our history. You know what I mean? You can find the original man amongst his self in different forms. His shorter self, his lighter self, his browner self, his redder self. You know what I'm saying? Right. Same thing with the gangs in LA. But I say that to say what happened was they were just they were just heavily populated Asian area that picked up the blue rag. Just same like it's just TRGs that picked up the red rag, because it's not a racial thing. There's no instructions that come to blue rag that say you have to be black. You know what I mean? It's a Morris type thing. So they were started by original people who never only, original people don't only come, you know what I mean? You know the flag, you know what I mean? 16 shades, you know what I mean? So the original people, it's not too many places in the world where you go where original people are there after being there millions of years, just looking one way. You know what I mean? So.
You was rapping the whole time you was doing the 14?
Peace. So I was rapping before. Like I was actually like signed to a label, Rest in Peace, Leimert Broomfield. You know what I mean? That's the one that signed Corrupt. So, man, it's history we messing with Crip Jesus. So
you been rhyming?
Yeah. Corrupt came from Philadelphia to South Central. Right? I'll give you a little piece of knowledge. So if you watch this, you know I'm telling the truth. So he was more based in like the Gardena area guy, like what was it, 11-8 gangster type shit. So yeah, down near, and then the Hawthorne. And then, you know, the homies that got them first, before all the stories you hear about with Suge and the 6-0s, the homies from 6-0 that got them first was Leimert Broomfield and his brother, was it Kenny or Kevin? The Broomfields. And they signed the Hustler for Life Records. And they changed the Hood for Life Records. That was a joint venture with Suge Knight and Death Row. We was the only ones to get paid. Was all them Death Row lawsuits. Yeah. So when he went to jail and shit, Room and them hit him up for their bread, he got paid. They tied to the 4-6s. Me being about the 40s, they knew my uncle. It's like, you know, with Crip Jesus, always a double connection. They knew my uncle on the music side. I say I got a connection with the music. My uncle used to produce for Ice-T. My other uncle was with Tupac and Macadocious with Thug Life. So he, through his connection to my uncle and the Foley thing, him being through the 4-6s, the Broomfield family, we all connected. And yeah, I was actually getting checks and shit, and like, you know, I was doing my thing. Like, you know, we were still building the label. So it was very early on, it was independent, but yeah, I was a young nigga, like, I'll be with the homies in the streets and shit, but I was already doing music.
So
and I was already like...
So while you was doing that 14, you got a chance to watch the whole Death Row thing explode? You watched all
Nah, I ain't that old, nigga. I did my 14 from, I called my case when I was 17.
Okay.
So
that's the deal, right?
Yeah. So
right.
You know, I'm Jesus for real. So I'm 33.
All right.
You know what I mean? Grandpa Jesus died at 33. I came alive at 33. I'm doing a lot thanks to the nation of God's earth. I've been flying all around the world. You know what I'm saying? Giving holy blue water, bringing peace to the blue rag.
All right. Now let me ask you something. Where does Jesus fit in with the supreme mathematics and all of that? How do you make this all work? Where's the cohesion? Explain it.
Oh, the power to agree. Why did we take Jerusalem from the devil and how long ago? Because one of our brothers who was a righteous prophet by the name of Jesus was buried there. You understand? The 5%ers don't teach nothing against Jesus. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I came here to break that down because I was so trying to find something against the nigga once I went anti-Christian, this, that, and other. My middle name is Christian. My honorable name that my old earth gave me. You know what I mean? And what I learned was the average dude I met who's like, Jesus did it, has not even read anything on Jesus. Probably a bunch of like them old Black Power ass books. But how many of them just sat down and just read not even the New Testament, just the gospel? You feel what I'm saying? Just seeing those bunch of parables, I like this, I like that, it makes sense. Because for me, it's talking about me. Because I go into deep science and I was busting it down. So when I was a 5%er saying, oh, this Jesus shit, this and that and the other, all I kept seeing was parallels to the original man. He's hung on a cross. Then he's hung from trees. You know what I'm saying? Dying at 33. Nipsey, so I go on 4. He's born in the ghetto. His mother is unmarried. See, a lot of people think she was a virgin, means she never had sex. That's not what it says. Niggas don't read. Niggas just look down, like they say the snake in the tree. It says serpent. It never said nothing about a snake. Niggas don't read. It says she was a virgin. In Latin and back in them times, that just means unmarried. Because it was almost like tradition to not be having sex. You know what I'm saying? So just means she was unmarried. That's the ghetto, unmarried, original man being hunted down by the government, has to flee away, come back older, now he got knowledge of self, his homies kill him. Is that not every nigga?
I see the similarities.
So it ain't that I'm Crip Jesus, it's that you Gully Jesus, he next to you Cameron Jesus, he's short baby Jesus. You understand me? That's why in the book of John, chapter 10, verse 30 to 33, it breaks it down right there. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to know something. Me, on some black shit, please edit this correctly. You might put this first. Niggas should be named Jesus. If you go to any Spanish land, they name is Jesus. This is not abnormal to name your son Jesus, because remember when we was in Spain, when we was Moors and all that, we were speaking Spanish. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Just because we convert to Catholicism means that. So what I'm saying is, me naming myself Jesus is only crazy to niggas. Ignorant ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? The blind, deaf, and dumb, you know what I mean? The 5% gonna get it. And this bro, this what made me know. My arm, leg, arm, head activated. Allah spoke, you know what I'm saying? Because I made the Crip Jesus. Check that, download that, get that Spotify, all that. Crip Jesus, I made that. And I'm at the studio, I said, man, I done went too far. I can't do this. They gonna laugh at me, they gonna look at me crazy. I'm going through all types of drama with the homies. I'm come out with the Crip. I'm at the beach, and I played it. I'm in the back of the car, and there's a blood nigga right by the car. I hear him everywhere in the world. I'm like, blood this, blood that, blood. I said, oh shit, I got a gun on my lap. But you know, I'm moving my arm, leg, arm, head activated. I feel peace. I commanded peace. He come over and asked for a light. He said, oh man, what's that? Crip Jesus, that's hard. Nigga, I'm blood Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He said, I was just telling you, I'm Christ, man. I'm coming peace. Woo. Then you know I can hit him with some knowledge. He ain't knowing I'm God by, you know what I'm saying, born. So yeah, man, it's all peace. I ain't gonna lie, like I was worried, you know what I mean? But it represents, because I think I kind of went off what the first question was about the gang culture. For me, it represents the Father Allah all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like he went down into the gangs of New York. Let's tell the truth. You know what I mean? We don't like to say it like that because we don't want to say, oh, the nation started with gangs. But the truth of the matter is, it's 2021, man. The nation been here for a minute. The nation of guys, Earth, Power Citizens, and they still rough and tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm from LA. I'm from you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I get around the guys that them some, yeah, they ain't playing. So Father Allah didn't go down to teach no punks. You dig what I'm saying? And it was never meant for that. And I'm not saying that you got to be a gangster to be God. I'm saying that there's 5%ers in every group. Let's learn math, nigga. Even the nation of God's Earth has a 5%. There's 85% blind, deaf, and dumb in any group. 10% gonna know the truth and hide it and use it to manipulate the rest. So what that is, nigga, that's 95%. That means in any group, 95%. That means in this room right now, most of the niggas fronting. Because in any group, 95% is not what they appear, and only 5% is the real deal.
No doubt.
Meaning that even within this horrible thing that's been promoted around the world to represent death, rape, drug dealing, destruction, little do you know, just like the nation of God's and earth, just like the nation of Islam, just like the Christians before the Holy Crusades, just like the Muslims before the Holy Wars, it was a good cause started by an original man. And I don't mean original man like, oh, he was black. No, I'm talking about somebody who was in the right, you know what I mean? Had the right food.
Right.
And just like, you know, I could break it down all the way. Just like all the other fallen nations, it went through what it went through, and there's only 5% left. You see, Nip was one of them. You know what I'm saying? Just 5% left, righteous. Even mine, you're not gonna put his name out there, but even mine, Leimert, you know what I'm saying? He's righteous, but he still has ties to the homies. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we do righteousness amongst the homies.
Right.
And like I said, homie, to answer your question fully, because I didn't went above and beyond.
Nah, you get busy. This is Gully TV. This is where you air it out.
No, but I'm gonna say it for real. I would, if it wasn't for the 5% nation of guys on earth, taking that knowledge that Wallace Farr Muhammad brought to North America and putting it out there for everybody to get, I want Farrakhan and Northern to hear this. I wouldn't be nothing, bro. And don't hit me with the, oh, so you need that black knowledge to save you. No, my brother do drugs. Yeah, he sell them, but he do them. And his baby mamas and them and all them, they do them. And so their kids is affected. My mama dead. My daddy don't talk to me. The majority of my family's either drug dealing or gang involved. Even when I was doing the right thing, working jobs and go visit the family. You get what I'm saying? They in traps and shit. When I lose a job and I say, hey bro, or hey, let me visit, it's so what I'm saying is this was the only thing that made me understand that even in that, who and what's going on, because they were the only ones who revealed. See, we're not talking about the spooky dookie like most people think. Oh, you got inspired by them? Just like I got inspired by the Bible? No, we're talking about the nation of God's earth. Born out loud, my life made me learn math, maybe learn geometry, maybe learn anthropology, maybe learn, you get what I'm saying? Like supreme understanding, his books is and all that. You gotta get super knowledge up to do the wisdom and get the understanding to even culture this life so you can have some power. What you seeing is the power right now. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm taking all the sins I did on this blue rag and I'm bringing some equality to it, God.
No doubt.
And that's gonna born Crip Jesus, G-O-D, which is bigger than me. That's all the holy blue water you see. That's this right here. When you see this brother right here come through, you feel what I'm saying? This is Almighty Allah on the birth certificate. This ain't no go back and change his name, his honorable righteous name from day one. You feel what I'm saying?
The whole big racks out now, Crip Jesus, man. Go check that out. You know what I'm saying? Supreme Element Records, Atlantic Records. We out here. TK Mafia. We out here. Free Big Meat.
So look, real name. What's your name?
Almighty Allah. Almighty period. God
You ain't never even tasted what?
What?
The
swine.
Hell no.
Not just swine. He never tasted no. He never even tasted no meat. Right?
No, I'm vegetarian. I'm vegetarian my whole life.
From birth, though.
You know what I'm saying? From birth.
You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is this new generation is finna be, you get what I'm saying? That's what it's really about. Because
on top of it,
the Crips or whatever, it ain't over. You get what I'm saying? Even the next generation, you know what I mean? This holy blue water, we call it. It sprinkles all through the nation. You know what I'm saying? I know they probably see me, oh, he's promoting. Nah, I ain't turned the youngster out yet. Crip Jesus been all through the country. Niggas talking about, you know how New York niggas say, they say, take me home? Yo, take me home. Yo, take me home. They want to get put on the set. They want to turn Crip. I ain't turned nobody Crip. I ain't turned nobody. I've been Black Illuminati riding through the country for 3 years. I've been giving knowledge, love. They love it. You know what I'm saying? They love the blue love. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that are already under, they feel like, man, I didn't join this for no bad reason. Man, my homie I got killed. I wanted to be loyal or whatever. Or people such as the young guy who born into the nation, but due to his background, his family side, they have major ties to homies. You feel what I'm saying? But they don't come at them with negativity. Most homies have been bailed out by his family, helped out by his family, fed by his family. I was a Crip in LA who had knowledge of self, who creaming them, no disrespect, but creaming, truthing them, man. And they gave my number to the guy. They had nothing to do, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we don't know what to do with this nigga.
Right.
He crazy.
Right.
The niggas he's black as fuck, he's crazy. This before all this.
What type of chemistry y'all got in the studio together?
It's crazy. Hey, then I'm gonna tell you the real deal, man.
Okay, with Draco baby from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? We met in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, mutual friends and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? We got in the studio, did how to do whatever, but it's actually a drill song. You feel me? Everybody don't know that. Like, I ain't really think he could really do it, you know what I'm saying? When he hopped on that motherfucker, shit was hard, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Tell me when we can check that video. Is the video available?
You know what I'm saying? It's not even out yet, but you know what I'm saying? It's about to come out this year before the year hit, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Tell me where I can catch all your music at, both of y'all clubs.
Okay, good.
Spotify, you know what I'm saying? Apple Music, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, you feel me? All platforms, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you know what I'm saying? We getting there, you know what I'm saying?
Crip Jesus.
Hey, it's not a mystery. Stop playing with yourself. Type in Crip, and as crazy as it may sound, hit the space button and type in Jesus right after, nigga. It's everywhere. Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Soundwave, Boom the Bop the Bop, Apple,
Gully
Mac,
TV, nigga.
nigga, Google, Yahoo, nigga, Apple, nigga, shit, nigga, Pornhub probably got Crip Jesus on there soon, nigga.
Go ahead, give me a drop so we can get up out of here. Give me a drop for Gully TV.
Gully TV is Crip, no. It's Crip Jesus coming to you all the way from Cali to Gully TV, and we in Cleveland, Ohio. You already know what to do.
Oh, yo, this is GMA. This is Gully TV. Free the mob, free Big Meat. We out here. Yeah.
Man.